This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2007 Freedom Spirit by Thor, and it's also called a 2007 model-wise. So this is a how-to video. I'm not going to go through it and show you the floor plan. It's just a how-to, go over some of the features. It has a mechanical awning, a manual awning, so those all pretty much work the same. It does have an awning rod in here, I noticed. Let me see here. Excuse my camera work for a minute. Okay, yeah, so you have your awning rod here to hook the strap up here, and you just pull it open and adjust it and you're all set. Okay, now you do have a dump hose that comes with it, and a reducer for your power cord to reduce it from a 30 amp down to a 20 if you need to plug it in at home to get the lights going and that sort of thing. Let's see what we got here. This is probably shut, yes. So you have a manual tongue jack on it, crank. You have two 30-pound LP tanks on it, so you got a lot of LP. You have a deep cycle marine battery. These are just these saddles, they're called, are for the previous owner's hitch system, so I don't know, we could take those off of there if you don't need them there or whatever, but we just left them on just in case. To drain your fresh water tank, it's right here, that blue piece. So you sort of have to grab it with a pair of pliers in order to operate it. This is where you fill your fresh water tank at here. Okay, so the most common way to get water to the trailer is to use your city water hookup. So if you've got plumbing, city water plumbing on the campsite, you're just going to put the hose right on here, screw it on, and then you're going to turn on the water and you're all set, ready to go. But if you're camping someplace that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. So you have two options when it comes to your water. If you have city water, you don't have to worry about the tank or the pump or anything like that. Okay, this is a water heater that runs on gas and it lights manually. You need a long-necked grill lighter, and you're going to insert it in here to light the pilot light. It's very simple. You're just going to go to pilot, and you're going to light the pilot light, and after it heats up for a minute or so, you go to on and it'll just flame up. Okay, and you'll be all set. And of course that's off. So it's very simple, but it does work. Let's get it going. This is the service panel for your refrigerator. That's just for servicing it. This is your furnace vent here. You have a 25-foot 30-amp power cord that pulls out of this port here. Okay, and I showed you the little adapter we give you to adapt it down if you need to. This is just a cable, campground cable through to the inside of the trailer. You have your dump valves here. You got a gray valve, which is sink and shower water. You got your black valve, which is toilet water and waste. Generally, you're going to dump the black first because it's the dirtiest of water, and then use the gray to kind of flush it out, or wash it out a bit. All right. Your roof has been inspected. After you purchase it, you got to remember to go up there a few times this summer and just look it over and make sure there's no cracking or separation or damage to the roofing material or its components. I replaced a vent stack cover on it. Actually two of them, but one is the complete upper unit, just because the sun had been beaten down on it, and the ultraviolet rays tend to ruin plastics after a while, so I replaced that and caulked it really well. Okay, so let's go inside here. So this couch here jackknifes flat. You just grab it down here and it jackknifes flat, turn it into a bed if you choose to. Also this table, you can pull the poles out and then set the tabletop on these cleats here, and it will You know, you could turn it into a bed also. Down here is your LP detector. That detects LP leak, and then of course you got a carbon monoxide detector here, and then of course a smoke detector over here. Now this is your crank for your antenna. You can crank it up by going this way, right, and it'll crank it up off the roof. Once you get it up, you can also spin it on the roof. Always make sure you put it down before you start traveling. And when you're bringing it down, if you've been spinning it, make sure this little nub here lines up with this other one, so it lays in the proper position on the roof. So let me just look around here. So anyway, you have a cooktop here. You have a sparker for it. You turn this sparker clockwise to light it. You just turn on your burner and then spark it. You got 3 burners, 3 knobs. This is your range hood fan and light here. This microwave works like any other microwave. Okay, these are your levels here. You can turn the water pump on here. Remember I told you if you don't have city water, you can use the water pump to pump out of the tank. Also, that pump is used for winterizing the trailer too, something you're going to have to do before it freezes every season. Your battery's charged, fresh water, gray, so on and so forth. You just check your levels, and they graduate up in 1/3 increments. Okay, so this device here, let me see if I can get some light up here. Hold on a second. Alrighty. I guess that helps a little bit. Here we go. Oh, and that one has a switch. Okay. Alright, so this is the power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged in to the shore power, your distribution panel is right here. These are circuit breakers, 120 AC, just like you'd see at home, and they're labeled here. Then the power is converted from AC down to 12 volt DC, and you got 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled so you know what they do. Also, when you're plugged in, this will sense how much energy your battery needs, and it'll keep it charged. So it's a battery charger also. So it converts AC to DC power, plus it charges your battery. Okay. The refrigerator is gas absorption, so it'll run on 110 AC or on LP gas. The most common way to run it is on auto. You see I've got it on auto right now. Auto means electricity. You put it on auto and it seeks out electricity and uses it, right? If it can't find campground electricity, it'll automatically switch over and light on gas, right? You can also run it dedicated on gas by turning the switch over to here, but if you just leave it on auto and you don't have power, it'll end up on gas anyway. So if you're running it on gas and this light flashes here, it means it faulted, so you have to shut it off and turn it on again. To run through the cycle. Of course, you're going to keep your temperature up all the way, almost always. It's a very reliable refrigerator. They've been around for a long time. And there you have it there. Okay, so your thermostat is self-evident. It clicks hard to the right to shut it off. To turn it on, you're going to be careful with it because they're very, very tight, but you'll click this over to the left, one click. And the furnace will start, and then you have your thermostat down here, and you slide back and forth. When you're not going to be using it anymore, make sure you click it all the way to the right so you hear the clicking sound, so you're sure that it's off. The sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet is an RV toilet. There's your flush lever there. You have to have chemical and water in it before you start using it. By it, I'm talking about in the black tank, which is directly below it. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You'll come in here, you'll dump a dose of chemical in the bowl, then you'll pull the flush lever and hold it open until about a gallon of water or so goes into the black tank along with the chemical, and then you're ready to use it. You can't use it dry because it'll smell really, really bad, and it can also get clogged up, so keep that in mind. If you don't, you'll only not do it once, let's put it that way. Your air conditioner has controls right on it. Alrighty. Alrighty, let me look around just a little bit more here. I think I pretty much covered it. Yes. So, I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember about inspecting your seals, your roof, that sort of thing. That's your responsibility as a trailer owner. It's just part of maintenance. And right now, the water system's in camping mode, so all the antifreeze has been purged out of the system, replaced with fresh water. Your water bypass valves are in camping mode, so it's ready to go basically. So you're all set for the summer. Okay? Thank you.